Oh, hello. Good morning. How are you? It's me, Lou, your car-sitting friend. I'm once again being forced by the city to move my car to this side of the street. And today, I have the honor of being joined by my good friend, John Stanier. Stanier? How do you pronounce it? Stanier.
Yeah.
I always make it more Stanier.
No.
But there's no, like, it's not like stain.
No, it's Stan.
Stan.
Like Stan Lee.
Oh, I never knew. Now we know. You can move that chair back if you like, if it's more
Thank you.
comfortable. It's a modern car with all sorts of features. No, it's in the. Oh no, you're right. It is electronic. Why not? There we go.
Okay, better.
So thank you so much for coming to sit with me in my car. Earlier, you were just asking me about the whole process, and you were describing how just being up this early is normal commute people are miserable. That's what you were just saying, right?
Yeah. I rarely. Well, first of all, I'm rarely up this early to begin with, and then I really am hardly ever on the subway this early.
Sure.
And
did you take the subway here?
I did.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I was gonna ride my bike, but then I was just like, I'm too lazy to do that, and it's too early, and I only slept for like 2 hours, so.
I had Guy rode his bike over here, our mutual friend Guy Smith, who was on the show earlier. When he was on the show, he gave me his like friend finder thing on the iPhone, which is something no one that's the right look because no one uses it.
That's like for your kids and stuff, right? To see
I
where
don't
they
know.
are.
Yeah, he was like, find me on this, so I was able to track his progress
Okay.
to get here. And my friend Constantine jogged here, and when he got up, I didn't realize he was just like the whole seat was just super soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
But I've cleaned it up since then, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, I did notice though that on the train, I'm never on the train this early at like 6:30 in the morning, whatever, and it was packed. It was super packed, and everyone is bummed. It's like, so there's a total. I rarely see the morning rush hour.
Mm-hmm.
I always see the evening rush hour, and everyone's happy because they're off of work and they can't wait to get home, and they're just like, the train is totally
and
packed.
you're just getting started.
Yeah, I know, and people are really, really bummed.
Yes.
Like I look really bummed.
I think everyone at this time is really bummed, no matter what's going on. It's you can see we walked the length of the street. Much to your surprise, there are a lot of bummed-looking people in their cars.
Just sitting there really frustrated. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It is a delight.
Yeah.
A city
in front of the Hamilton house.
I would really like in front of the Hamilton houses. I would really like it to get De Blasio to come sit in my car.
Ooh, that would be good.
Just
That'd
so
be
that I
really
could.
good.
Although, he's a giant, so I don't know if.
Oh, you get this.
Yeah, I had to have another camera outside of the car.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I doubt that will happen, but we'll see. We got to see the reach of the show, which is like 0.
Wow.
It's got to start somewhere.
You got a dream.
Got to plant the seed.
Yeah.
So, we've known each other for a long time, less than. I met you through Guy, the aforementioned Guy Smith, and I was recalling. I don't know if I brought this up the last time we hung out, but the first time we met was at like a diner, like when Guy was living with Ken Richards on that like.
Oh, in Elizabeth Street.
In Elizabeth Street.
Yeah. I stayed on their couch for. It was supposed to be like a week, and it ended up being like half a year.
Yeah, and I think it was like right around when you first moved in there. We got like breakfast, and you were in Helmet at that time.
Right.
And you were telling stories about like abusing like fans who hung out too long and fell asleep and like writing on them. And I was like, wow, that at the time I was like, this is a funny story, but that sounds awful. Like I was like, I'd never. I'd written on my brother when he would fall asleep. My cousin and I would, but always with like watercolors.
Yeah.
But you were like, yeah, we fucked this dude up. We drew like dicks on him and shit. Like
Sharpies.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. But that story always stuck with me.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a first impression.
Oh, was it a good first impression?
Yeah. It was. It was, but it was also kind of like a little maybe like, I don't know if this is a great idea or something I need to be worried about now for the rest of my life. I'm going to wake up with dicks all over my face. Luckily.
Don't fall asleep in my presence.
I know. Yeah, make sure I bought my own coffee and there's no like roofies in it. Not, you know.
No. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But, I think I was probably just visiting because I probably wasn't living here in the city proper again.
Where were you living?
Up in Milwaukee, most likely.
What?
That's where I went to college.
Oh, right, yeah. Wow, weird.
Indeed.
What was that like?
Actually, not bad. I enjoyed living in Milwaukee. It was mellow, and it's a weird city in a good way, in that people really have a DIY attitude about doing things.
Right.
So like when I lived there, I described it as like you could turn around the corner of any given street and everyone you know is there having a party that is a total surprise. And you're like, whee!
Wouldn't you say that Milwaukee is sort of like the Philadelphia of the Midwest? Being that, like, when I think of Milwaukee, I mean, I've only ever been there on tour, so I've played there like a million times.
Right.
But it's so close to Chicago.
Right.
And it's always like an afterthought after Chicago. It's always like the show in Milwaukee is always like on a Sunday night. And Saturday night was the big Chicago show. And
right.
You're like really hungover, and you're playing Milwaukee, and then Monday is like a drive day or something. So it's just kind of like this, like it's this afterthought. And Philadelphia sometimes is kind of like that. Like Philly's like either it's like right after the New York show, or it's like at the very end of a tour. You do this massive U.S. tour, and it's like you come back up from the South, and you're like you play North Carolina, Virginia, DC, and then you play Philly, and then the next day is New York, and then the tour's over, and you're just kind of like you just want to get it over with because you're dying to get home. So Philadelphia is just kind of just like yeah, like let's get to New York.
Yeah, I think so.
So Milwaukee, because it's really close to Chicago.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours away.
Right. But there's a scene there. Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a weird place. It's
Detroit's
super.
from there.
Yeah, that's right. I remember when I first moved to Milwaukee, there was a hair barber shop or hair salon called Moods for Moderns, which was like all the punk rock stylists worked there. And I went there to get my hair cut, and a haircut that looked similar to this because I don't change it very often. All those punk rock chicks were there working, and they were like always talking about I partied at the Detroitson house, and then there was another band there called the Krusties, and they were like, I was at the Krusty house, and then I went to the Detroitson party, and I always be like, that sounds cool, I'm just 18.
There's there's like a ton of like German, there's like a huge German
and Polish
influence in Milwaukee, right?
Yes.
Like big time.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Like roll your eyes at all the people who would. My in-laws were Polish, or are Polish, and they would always, if you hung around my mother-in-law's side of the family, they were always just like, "What do you expect from a bunch of dumb Polacks, right?" They're always talking insulting themselves constantly.
Yeah. But that's very Chicago too, though,
Yes.
right? Like Polish, like
that whole Midwestern.
"Yeah, kiss me, I'm Polish," like that.
Did someone do that to you? I'm
In
sorry
Chicago,
that happened to you.
Yeah.
No, it's but I liked it there. It was a definite change of pace, but it's easier to be a big fish in a little pond. You know what I'm saying?
Green Bay Packers, right?
That's a Wisconsin thing, yeah, sure.
Milwaukee,
Bucks, Brewers,
right? Yeah, Milwaukee is like the other weird thing is that it's for some really weird reason it's so close to Chicago that I feel like it's again this is very similar in my opinion. This is very similar to Philadelphia, where Philadelphia is like, I mean, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, so it's like that's the other big city in Pennsylvania.
Sure,
and Pennsylvania is this like rectangle, so it's like on the west side, and Philadelphia is on the east side. Philadelphia's on the east side, and but Philadelphia to me, it doesn't even feel like it's Pennsylvania. It's its own weird little thing. It's like this like satellite of New York City in a weird way. And Milwaukee is similar to that. Like, I don't ever, like, I never really think that Milwaukee is part of Wisconsin. Like, I feel like Madison is part of Madison is super Wisconsin. Like that's like in the middle. Green Bay. Where else? Green Bay, Madison. Somewhere else I've played.
Eau Claire. Oconomowoc.
I played somewhere like some school way in the north.
Stevens Point.
I was almost in Canada. Some huge university. I played there. I don't know, but Milwaukee to me is like it's almost not really part of Wisconsin because it's so close to Chicago. So it's just like it's like a sister city suburb of Chicago in a weird way.
Yeah. So, of course, people in Wisconsin have bad feelings towards people in Illinois.
Of course,
because just like New York hates New Jersey.
Right.
I don't know how New Jersey feels about New York, but I also don't care.
Yeah.
But so people from Illinois are referred to as fibbers, which stands for fucking Illinois bastards, and or fibs. Okay. And the funny thing is that many Chicagoans or Illinoisians have no idea this radiating animosity coming down from Wisconsin. When they find out, they're always super deflated, like because they come up there like, oh, go up north and Wisconsin's so nice and so lovely, and everyone in Wisconsin's like, fib. I hate that fucking fibber. And
from the big city.
Yeah. No, just Illinois in general.
Yeah.
You see people driving and they're like, fib.
Wow.
It's so funny. And then when you tell someone from Illinois what that stands for, they're like, oh, wow.
They're really hurt.
They are hurt. Which I find delightful.
I would have thought they would be a little more tough, a little more thick-skinned.
I think if you insult the Bears or you insult their team, then they're up for a fight. Bears. But if you're just like your entire state as a thing, everyone from it is a dick.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I didn't know you guys all felt that way.
Are you a fan of Chicago?
I can't say I spent a ton of time there.
Yeah.
I would go down occasionally to see like a band that wasn't coming through Milwaukee, or my cousin Dan was a huge reggae fan, is a huge reggae fan still. So he would be like, oh, this obscure reggae group is performing, and we'd have to go to some
Hobo Stank.
What? Hooba Stank?
No?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know what that is. But yeah, we would go to
like this stuff.
Yes. Yeah, like some garbage CDs that I found.
King Tubby.
Yeah. No, I didn't see King Tubby, but we did see a bunch of weird reggae things. And but the really annoying thing is, I remember one time we were going to see a reggae band in some weird suburb of Chicago, and the entire way down, we listened to music the whole way down. I don't know why you think that's funny.
I don't know why either. It's really funny.
That is a burned CD-ROM that says
yeah, it's just so like
Shins. My brother wrote
2003.
That. It is 2003.
Modest Mouse and Spoon
and the Shins
handwritten. Wow.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember my cousin Dan insisting that we listen to the band we were going to go see the entire way down.
Oh, that.
And the entire way back. And I was just like, please, the radio or something. Although I did have good experiences there. Like when I was working for the Onion, I drove down. I was doing there to do some weird like film thing.
The Onion is from Wisconsin, correct?
Originally is from Madison, yeah.
Right, okay.
But I went down there and some girls on the street randomly were like, hey, do you want to go see Archers of Loaf? And I had just heard about them. And
wow.
And they're like, we can't get in, the show's 21 and over. So they sold us their tickets. And I went and saw them and was like, I love this band.
Wow,
I did enjoy them quite a bit.
Nice.
And on the way down there, we had heard Wesley Willis on the radio.
Ah, yeah.
It was
from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was at that show. And I was like, what the fuck? That's the guy we heard.
Did you butt heads with him?
No, I didn't. But I saw him butt heads with some young, adorable Chicago ladies. And it was super bizarre. And then shortly after that, he like took off. where you would see him on MTV, and like the Wesley Willis Experience was touring and whatever. But yeah, it was that was a weird like connect the dots thing where you hear a person on the radio, and I'm like, I think that's that weird guy that we heard on the radio, and he was talking into his tape recorder and all that shit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Big ups.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Bad coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know. He died of some sort of schizophrenia.
Really?
Complication.
A while ago, right?
Oh, a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. It was maybe like less than a decade after he sort of like started like profiting from his homelessness and schizophrenia.
Well, and those tapes started circulating everywhere.
Yeah. I think he died like not too long after that really took off for him. But who knows? But we should, maybe it was murder. I'm not sure. So you said you were leaving soon. Where are you going? This is my friend Miguel or Mickey from Milwaukee.
Oh, cool.
He was in when I went to school with him, he was a drummer for a bunch of bands.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And he was in a band called Tweaker. That was
awesome name.
It was an awesome one, but I never saw them because by that point he was living in North Carolina.
You know what, like tweakers? You know what tweakers are?
Yes, I do.
It's a very California thing, and they're always it's always in like Orange County. First time I heard someone was like that, like that dude right there. Look at the tweaker, like, and it's like a 50-year-old dude riding a BMX in like Orange County.
Right.
Like a filthy, like really gross, like old man riding like this like crazy BMX bike because he can't drive anymore. He lost his license.
Now that's what you think of as a tweaker?
Yeah, tweaker is like a meth head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're always riding bicycles.
Right, because they lost their licenses, or they don't have any, or they've stolen them.
Right. Yeah.
Criminals, drug scourge.
Tweaker.
Oh yeah. Mickey was saying that we missed out because I never saw him. It was crazy. Whoops.
What was crazy?
I don't know. I missed the first. Oh, here it is. Oh no, I missed out on his band. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
But
Tweaker. Right.
I believe that was the band. He can correct me if he's wrong.
Great name.
But
classic name. It's a classic name. It's almost like a modern day, like, you know, calling your band like the Chieftains or something. It's kind of like, you know, it's
like the Irish band.
Like yeah, but like it's like Tweaker. It's like
it's a good name.
Strong, classic. Can't go wrong with that.
So
name.
you said you were leaving soon. Where are you going?
Oh right. Where am I going? I'm going to Germany for the first half of August. In like 10 days. I think I'm going.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Are you going to see anyone in particular?
I'm playing two shows.
Oh, you're
playing
playing
a show in Knock Digital Fest in I don't know where that is. I think it's outside of Leipzig. And then I'm playing another festival in Cologne. This is with Cologne Tape, the krautrock supergroup.
Oh, I've never heard of this group.
Yeah. Cologne Tape.
Cologne Tape, as in Cologne the city, or
Correct.
Cologne the?
No, Cologne Tape is it's about 8 people. It's this weird sort of collective. You never really. There's only 2 records out. There's one that came out 10 years ago, and then one just came out. And you're like, the whole point is that you don't really know who's on what. And we've only played once before, which was 10 years ago.
Oh wow!
And so I'm kind of just gonna show up and play. It's really, really weird. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this, to be honest. But it's really, I'm really looking forward to it. It's very, very cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can just be like, hey, 10 years ago we did a thing.
Yeah,
let's do it again.
Super off the cuff. Yeah, like I played like 10 years ago. It was an art opening that we played in Cologne, and the whole point basically is, I mean, it's kind of spearheaded by this guy Jens, who goes by Pop No Name, and he's this Cologne-based artist, and so the point is, it's people who at one point lived in Cologne.
Oh, okay.
So it's like half of the people still live, or more than that. Let's say 2/3 of the people still live in Cologne. Still artists there, and they're all on Compact, the label. So it's
Oh, okay.
and that so I mean I kind of lived in Cologne for a while, about maybe 7 years ago. So yeah, it's everyone has to have some sort of tie to Cologne.
Mandated.
Yeah,
Sort of.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, loosely.
Well, I'm glad you guys are sticking to the formula.
But the first show was at an art opening, and I played bass. It was really weird.
Is that's not something you normally do?
No, not at all.
But you were still proficient enough to do it.
Yeah,
How often do you practice the bass?
never.
There you go. That's very nice.
But I'll be playing drums this time around. There's 2 drummers, so
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm a fan of that.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Makes me think of
James
Adamant.
Brown, Adamant. Who else?
Butthole Surfers.
The Doobie Brothers.
Oh, the Doobie
I
Brothers.
think no, the Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers.
Yeah, Allman Brothers.
I always want to say almond, like they were.
Did the Doobie Brothers have two drummers?
I don't have no idea.
Come on. Who else? Yeah, Adam and the Ants. That was pretty cool.
I enjoyed them. Did you ever see a band called Crash Worship?
No, but I know my very first drum tech was in that band. So he was one of those drummers.
That was one of the things I went to go
They're
see.
from Portland.
When I went to, when I was working at the Onion, I was calling the record label to get some information about a different band because I was the Milwaukee entertainment editor, which was like, a ridiculous thing for me to be doing. But, and they were like, oh, we don't have any, like, they were sending all their stuff to Madison because that was like where the AV Club was.
Right.
And they were like, oh, but Crash Worship is in town tonight. Like, you should go check them out. So
And they're like they're super like that will
Yes.
fuck with the audience and they'll
yes,
just yeah.
It was. So they sent me a bunch of press clippings that were all about Crash Worship getting kicked out of clubs,
Right.
and all this thing. So I went. I took my friend, and I was like, it's like, just pay attention where the exits are. Like, we just need to know how to get out of here in case. It was like not too long after some club fire, like maybe
The
like
Great White Show.
perhaps.
Yeah.
So we're in this club, and like the place just fills up with smoke, right? And the band is playing these like industrial drums. Everything is like a homemade instrument.
Yeah.
So
It's very like modern primitive.
yeah, they're playing these like and there's all these young lesbians is the only way I could really describe them. Just sort of undulating to this like like crazy drum beat, like and then like there's guys walking through the audience.
Did they have like CDs in their ears?
No, it wasn't like they didn't have like plates or like neck rings or anything like that. But there are people going through the audience setting off firecrackers, like that who are with the show.
Yeah.
And then, I'm like standing up on something so that I'm not like near something that could explode by my foot.
Right.
And then I like watching the show, and like this circle of like lesbians is like doing this crazy dancing, and it's very strange. And then all of a sudden I notice this like glow on the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck is that glow? And I look down, and it's like 2 Duraflame logs had been placed on the floor and were on fire. And I was like, yo, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Those are just those like...
It's basically wax, petroleum, and sawdust.
You don't have to put lighter fluid on it. You just
light it.
Yeah.
Light it in the bag goes up and
Yeah.
sets the thing up. So I'm like, that is not safe. Because
Right.
it's not like a granite floor, or it was like linoleum
Right.
tiles. And I was like, holy shit, like we need to like get out of here.
Right.
And all of a sudden the owner of the place, this is a bar called the Unicorn, which was like a basement nightclub owned by this insane Iranian guy. And he just came in and was like, what the fuck? You trying to burn down my club, you motherfuckers? The lights come on. Like, fire extinguishes the whole thing. He's like assaulting the band.
And there's like... That's a band with like 10 people in it or something. Right?
No, it was maybe like 5.
Okay.
But it was still like one of those like show's over. Like, it's terrifying. But at the same time, I was glad that I went and almost died.
He was in Milwaukee.
Yes.
Right.
At the now dearly departed Unicorn.
That sounds familiar. That place.
It was a semi-famous like.
Is that where like everyone played?
Shithole.
Yeah.
Like small band or on. I saw the Mighty Bosstones there.
Nice.
And like, it was very small.
You know, speaking of the Mighty Bosstones, I'm not necessarily a fan of their music, but
you hate ska?
I cannot stand ska. You seem like a kind of like you used to be into ska, right?
Oh yeah,
big time, right?
Yeah.
Did you have like a pork pie hat and stuff?
No, I've never. Due to my own.
Did you used to hang out at Mona's and you wore a pork pie hat and
suspenders?
Did you have monkey boots?
Yeah, and I used to wear Fred Perry's. No, I didn't do that at all. I've never, no matter what subculture I've been in, I've only like worn just like the smallest amount of scene wear.
Okay.
I can't handle scrutiny.
Well, the Mighty Bosstones, Helmet played one show with them in Philadelphia, and Zen Gorilla, the Japanese kind of doom band. It was at the Trocadero. It was a really weird bill, but the Boston's guys were super, super nice, and so nice, in fact, that I believe he was the bass player. Like, it was after sound check, and we kind of were just like hanging out like around the stage or whatever, and they were kind of there, and we're introducing ourselves and stuff. And I was smoking a cigarette, and met the bass player, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, nice to meet you." And he's like, "John," he's like, "Can I have a cigarette, please?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, of course." So I give him the cigarette, and we continue talking, and he put one of those, that exploded.
Loads.
Yeah, he put it into the cigarette that I gave him, and he's like, "Can I have a light, please?" And like, so I lit a cigarette, and he's just talking and stuff, and like, and he's smoking the cigarette I gave him, and then it explodes, and he's just like, "What the? This is a funny guy." Like, I was like, "Hold!" This is really good.
That is a good prank.
Yeah.
So you self-load.
Awesome prank. And then he gave me them,
car.
and then I used that multiple times. Yeah.
Yes, that was always I can't remember, like, when's the last time you saw those?
I know. Well,
loads,
yeah.
They don't hang out enough in magician shops,
Yeah.
I guess. But I can remember going to like Christmas parties and people doing that to like, Nana and Papa cigarettes are gonna explode. They never enjoyed that.
No. It's funny though.
It is funny.
But yeah, no, Mighty Bosstones, great guys. Super not my thing.
No,
ska.
not your
I've
scene.
never really been into ska. And actually, I don't know what I hate more. Like, kind of American sort of like new-ish ska, or like this stuff, like real ska. I don't know what I hate more. I hate them both.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're
it's a strong emotion to feel.
Yeah, like I really hate or I don't know what I hate more, like original ska or people who really are into it. Like that's even
interesting.
That's pretty bad. It's that's just so I can't think of anything more like elitist and just
interesting.
Like so like
Well, it is a very pure music movement. Let me talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I just happen to enjoy it. I won't defend it. What other music do you hate? Just ska.
I'm not really into dub either.
Dub reggae.
Just dub, period.
You mean like Lee Scratch Perry?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just such a. I don't know.
It can be enjoyable, but it can be tiresome.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, it's very limiting. I think
it's very weird.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't like ska. I don't like reggae, and I don't like dub. I can't stand any of them. Like, and I really hate like dance hall,
Jamaican.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, that's okay.
Reggaeton.
Just because it has the word reggae in it, or you don't like, you just don't like Daddy Yankee.
I don't know. I even like. I bought this. I tried to. I was in Bristol, UK, and I bought this Bristol reggae scene from the '70s record. Like not even that long ago. Like a couple of months ago, and I'm just like, so all right, I'll see. It was like sound systems in the '70s from Bristol.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll give this a go. I'll try it, and it's fucking terrible. I just listened to it like yesterday. Tried to listen to it, and it's like
It seems like an odd choice for you
why?
because you hate reggae. That you would
I
buy
know,
in
but
the
I
first
was
place.
like trying to like. I don't hate reggae. I don't know. I never listen to it, and when I do listen to it, I'm just kind of like, why did I do that? I don't know.
You just can't get over it. You gotta keep trying it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
One day
Maybe.
you'll love it.
Maybe. But I will never love ska.
Oh, it's painful. It's painful.
How often do you listen to ska? I mean, come on.
There was a period where I used to listen to it a lot.
You seriously, you never had a pork pie hat?
No.
Did you ever like roll your sleeves up a little bit?
Nope. I pegged my pants in high school.
Wow, nice.
Thanks. Yeah, I wore creepers. All
You
that,
needed
the whole
creepers.
thing. Yeah, of course.
Wow.
But
Cool.
cool.
You had
But-
peg pants and creepers
In high school.
In high school.
Yeah, and despite not being a skinny person, which is where it looks better on a skinny person.
Did you have like the 3-button sport coat with the tiny lapels?
No,
You didn't do that.
no. I wore almost exclusively t-shirts my entire life for every occasion.
Did you roll the sleeves up on the t-shirt?
No, I didn't put a cigarette box in them. I didn't do any of that cool
Wow.
guy stuff. When I used to hang
Where'd
out
you go
with
to high school?
McBurney, which is a defunct
Okay.
private school here in the city. When I used to hang out with Guy when we were 18, 19,
Was Guy ever ska?
I think he appreciated the specials, but I think he went.
Yeah.
I think he went straight into
He's more goth.
punk and then goth.
Yeah.
So when I was hanging out with Guy and Joe Truck, the guy from the Brain Eaters, and there was another band that now he's in LA. It's that guy. But they would all be like super gothed out, like you know, black fried out hair, crazy, you know, cut up shit, and I'd be there in like jeans and a t-shirt. And
Nice.
it wouldn't even be a punk rock t-shirt, maybe, might be, but I never had a haircut that was much more different than this, and maybe I have my white lace Doc Martens on
Right.
from all my white
Well,
power feelings.
it's funny because in my high school, I had to. There was a period where I had to hang out with goth kids because by the time I went like super punk, which was like maybe my junior year of high school, like that particular year, I was like one of two punks in the entire school.
Right,
There's
you went to a big
nobody,
school.
so I had to like, humongous school.
Classic outside of New York.
Oh yeah, suburbs, so there was like nobody to hang out. I'm kind of just like nobody to hang out with, so I had to hang out with like these like goth girls, basically.
Could be worse.
They were really nice, but it was so that was really weird. And when I was a freshman, before I was punk, there was this like skinhead gang in school, and there were like tons of kids into that. And then by the time I was a junior, like 2 years later, it was like there no one in the entire school.
What year was it?
84, 85.
Okay. Because interestingly, when I moved to Milwaukee, there was a skinhead, that similar skinhead sort of happening movement.
Right.
Where all of a sudden, Milwaukee was like, skinheads were everywhere. And
It was really big in Chicago in the
Yeah.
80s. Romantic violence.
The head of the white power movement at the time, whose name I can't remember, came to Milwaukee to sort of like give them a pep rally.
Oh wow.
And then people started. They got the attention they wanted. They had hurt some people like through there, and then there was like a schism between like, you know, your classic,
Sharps.
yeah, you got your sharps, and you got your, you know, your true white power skins, or your working there, and then you have your you also had your
No, the Trojan, Trojan
your,
skins.
your like working class, like,
Yeah, like-
original movement,
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm just a worker, man.
Yeah.
Those
Those
skins.
are the people that listen to ska.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Because
They actually
they're supposed to.
they didn't listen to Oi.
No, they listen to ska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because it's more original.
yeah, it was so there was actually people started.
But those
like,
are the people with the yellow laces, right?
Which ones?
The like socialist
I don't know.
worker, the Trojan skins
I
were
forget
like
I only
red
know,
or yellow laces. It was like
I only know
communist.
I put white laces in my boots.
But that was bad.
Yes, because it was supposedly for white power.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they were like, that is your last name doesn't make any sense. I'm like,
No.
I don't care. And that's why I have this this teardrop tattoo for all the people I've murdered.
Ah, right. But
Yeah.
you got it removed.
I got it. Well, when it went out of fashion,
Yeah.
I got to take it off. But I just co-opted a lot of.
Well, I remember when I met you, you had 3 teardrops and a huge spider web on your
That's
elbow.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I used a grinder to remove the elbow tattoo. But the lasers on the next to the eye, not pleasant, but worth it.
Yeah.
Easier to get jobs when I don't have to explain all the people that I didn't kill, because they're just co-opting Mexican culture.
Well, actually, it's doesn't it depend on which eye it is? Because one eye is like the people
like if you're gay,
you've wasted, and then the other eye is like how many bids you've done.
Oh, how many times you've been in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like, you're gay on this. If you get it on this side,
like an
you're straight.
earring.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Let's hope we don't find out soon.
Did you ever have earrings?
No. That's another one of those like that. Literally in high school, when I was like, should I get an earring? I can't figure out which is supposed to be the gay side when it mattered.
Yeah.
And it was like,
That's another thing. I don't understand. In 2017, men who still have earrings. It's just baffling to me.
you think they should have like plugs, like big, not just an
Those
earring,
huge
but like a
discs,
huge disc. Cause
Yeah. And then when you take the disc out,
you
it
have
just
you
flaps around.
your anus,
Yeah.
your ear anus.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate thing. I
Cool
was
look.
taking
Modern primitive.
Ace home from Comic-Con one year, and there was like a woman who had removed them, and she just had these like super floppy, they look like a ruined butthole.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of, and she was very nice, but I was like, I'm sorry,
I
you
just
look
can't
terrible.
take you seriously.
Yeah, your ears are all like
Yeah.
discolored and gross.
Yeah.
Should have just kept a little peg in there, a little nice diamond, something classy. Maybe a pearl. But yeah, it's I don't understand that at all. I'm glad that I avoided that mental illness or whatever it is that makes.
You're not
people...
like the jewelry guy.
No, I've got my wedding ring, and that is it.
That's it.
I used to have the horn on the Italian weird horn or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
It's
It's
my name in
like
Hebrew,
good luck.
and I have my name in. A long time ago, I bought a little Puerto Rico, like the shape of the island with my name punched in it.
Really?
Yeah, but I never wore it because I was like, I don't know.
Was it small or big?
Oh, small. It wasn't like, Dookie Gold rope. Like
Right.
it was like one of those things you buy in a shitty shop in Puerto Rico. Which is sort of like,
You never had like the place in like Lariqua? Like,
no.
That'd be cool.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I think I'm not going to take that advice. Yeah, I've never been a big jewelry guy, and I don't. I think
You're right.
I think a lot of it was when I was in high school. Girls would be like, "You should buy me a chain. You should buy me something nice," and I'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm not buying you shit," because they don't like it. Oh, hi, Lisa. You're up way too early. This is my friend Lisa. She lives in California. So
Wow, that's.
she's going to sleep now, I hope. But
It's 4:40.
I know she's complimenting me on my Latrell Sprewell, the New York Strangler, basketball jersey. Oh, it's okay. Latrell Sprewell was a basketball player who was famous because he
strangled somebody?
He choked out PJ Carlissimo, who was the coach of the Golden State Warriors at the time. And shortly after that, he was traded to the Knicks. And he is originally from Wisconsin. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know anything about basketball.
It is a game.
I'm not a fan.
Not what fan? You're a soccer fan.
That's pretty much it.
There are a lot of sports out there.
There are.
That's a pretty easy one to like. So many people like it already.
Yeah.
You should try liking esports. Video game, watching people play video games.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
Oh, that.
You know, there's a couple of the major soccer teams in Europe have video game soccer teams now, or players.
Yeah.
FIFA players.
That's just a world I really just do not want to enter.
What?
Just the whole video game.
It's good
universe.
for you not to get into it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember a million years ago. Remember Doom?
Of course.
Was that a big game? I guess that was kind of huge, right? That was like a sort of a big deal when it came out.
Sure.
Wasn't that one of the very first, like, you know, that hand?
It was one of the, yeah, sure.
And I was on tour, and we had it. We were on a bus, so it's like, you know, in the back lounge, there's the whole video game thing. And it was just, it got to the point where I was just playing it all day long, and I was like really addicted to it. I was like dreaming about it.
Yep.
And it was like, as soon as I got off stage, I'd run and like play. It was terrible.
But you were having fun.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily I burned out on it. But it was like, I was obsessed with it. Obsessed. So, and I just don't need that. I'm glad. I mean, I don't have a TV anyway. I don't own a TV.
Wait a minute. That's because you don't have time to watch it? Or because you hate TV?
Both.
Are you one of those people who's like,
I prefer to read.
TV, that's a nickname. Nicknames are for friends, and TV is not my friend.
No, I don't, I haven't had a TV in a really long time. I don't know. I feel, it's almost just like,
we're at peak TV, John.
I know, but it's, I feel like it's, you would need a big flat screen TV, and now you have to have cable. You can't really have TV without having cable. It's all right.
But there's so many people cutting the cables. People not using cable anymore. People do it all. You need to have the internet now. That's all you really need.
Okay, well, yeah, whatever, right? All of a sudden, it elevates your internet thing to like this package deal kind of thing, and then next thing you know, you have a landline phone. Who needs a landline phone? You know,
I don't think you need a landline.
No, I know, but it's like the whole, like, you know, it's this like family.
Hold on a second, ladies. Please feel free to have a delightful chat in the thing. These two former co-workers are having a talk inside while we chat. But
because of what we're talking about is so boring.
No, they just haven't seen each other in a while.
Oh, okay.
When my mom had
Wait, they're talking on Facebook as we're talking.
Yes.
Live.
Just with keyboards. They're chatting back and forth.
Okay. But we can't see what they're talking about.
No, if they talk about it here, yeah. Anyway, my mom had so my mom's apartment on the Upper West Side, penthouse, it's lovely. She had a guy who was boarding in my room, like she was renting out my room to some guy. And whenever I'd come home for vacation, I'd come home and he had taken my TV and turned it around to face the wall and unplugged the cable box and all that stuff, and I'd be like, fuck, dude. He was just a guy who didn't like TV.
I mean, TV's fine. I have no problem with TV. It's just like, it's all I'm saying is that back in the day, it was, you had a TV, it wasn't a flat screen thing, it was like a big TV, you plugged it into the wall, and you're good to go. And it's just like, you know, ABC, NBC, CBS.
You're talking about a really long time ago.
Yeah, super long time ago. Yeah. You had your basic, you had like 5 channels, you had, you know.
I remember you used to sit next to like the old radio and listen to Dick Tracy.
No, that's going
too far back. Sorry.
Yeah, like that was, you know, and then like, it's just too complicated now. It's really complicated. You know, then in between that, then there was, cable, and then you have your cable box, and you pay, and there was like video music box, blah, 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 ESPN.
yeah, sure.
So that was like the 90s.
Right.
Like, and,
you're talking about like when you had the cable box that had a dial of letters on it?
After that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then now it's just it's so complicated. Now it's just like internet, and it's all like family package deal, and we'll, you know, phone landline, like.
Yeah, we got rid of our landline.
Yeah.
But sometimes I miss it. But it's only because.
But anyway, it's super complicated. And can you watch everything on on your laptop anyway. At this point,
Sure, if you like to watch something on a tiny screen. And
I mean, what, do you have the huge flat screen monitor?
I do.
Yeah.
I've got I have like a regular
Do you watch E?
channel
Yeah.
when I want my gossip fix.
E and
When they got rid of Talk of the
like ESPN 8.
the Ocho.
Is that what it is?
No, there's no ESPN 8.
ESPN 8, MTV 4. There's like 4 or 5 MTVs now, right?
I watch.
There's one that just
I
shows.
have to go way up high to watch Revolt.
Well, every time
Fuse.
literally, seriously, I'm not exaggerating. Every time, my mom actually has a TV, and she has like the basic cable, so it's not even like super crazy cable. But the last time I was like at her old place when they had super crazy cable, literally every time I would come home and search through the channels, there would be some sort of MTV. It would be like MTV 4, MTV 5, something like that, and they'd be showing like Michael Jackson Beat It, and that was like the 80s.
The 80s block.
Well, it's just like an MTV station that shows nothing but 80s videos.
I wish there was that.
No, it exists.
I don't know. Maybe your mom's package has that. My package doesn't have that. But
Yeah, there is.
regular MTV shows nothing but like
The reality TV
horrible
shows.
reality TV
Right.
shows.
So it's a network. They don't even show. Right.
MTV2 shows like some music videos, but it's like VH1 now. VH1 shows other shit.
Behind the music.
I guess. Do they still show? I mean, I have no idea what the programming is. I only watch Catfish and whatever Real World Road Rules reunion is happening.
See, and the other thing too is that I'm noticing this when I come back to New York, because I'm moving all over the place. So it's like whenever I come back to New York and I take the subway, I notice more and more now that there are just like it's poster after poster after poster advertisement in the subways of these new like shows, like, and they're all
TV
like
shows?
Yeah, it's like who the fuck has time to watch all this shit? Now there's like Netflix, so now there's like these original shows on Netflix. There's original shows on like HBO. There's then throw in the big networks that are trying to like compete, like so
Sure.
yeah. So you have Amazon Prime.
So
then you have like the NBC, CBS, and Fox and all that shit. They're trying to like compete with Netflix. So then they have these like original programs.
Sure.
And there's who has time to watch this shit? I couldn't even finish Breaking Bad, and I bought all of Breaking Bad.
Oh.
I bought them all on iTunes, and I downloaded them, and so they were in my computer, and I couldn't finish watching it. I ran out of time, and I have no interest in it anymore. Now I'm burned out on it.
Yeah.
But, so I never saw the last.
You seem very angry about this.
It's not anger; it's passion.
Oh,
I'm
passion. I see.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
I'm passionate about how
it feels
I don't
good to
understand
feel
how
so
people.
strongly about something.
No, but seriously, I'm being dead. Like, who has? How do you stay on top of like popular culture like right now? It's impossible. It's impossible. Like seriously.
You just gotta.
And then don't even get me started about
gotta
YouTube.
watch E.
YouTube. And
First you watch
downtown, there are billboards of these people that are big on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Like, what? I don't.
It's
like,
a weird world. You know who watches a ton of that shit? My son. My son Ace. I had to block YouTube on his phone because he would spend all his day being like, "Oh my God, did you see what Casey Neistat did? Casey Neistat shot grapefruit at his balls on his YouTube channel. It was amazing." And are you typing in Casey Neistat?
No, guy just woke up.
Oh, that's Guy. Our friend Guy.
No, seriously though.
You know,
Like, and it's just all these posters of just like
we're at a time in our life where we are spoiled for choice. Like, there's so much to choose from. You just gotta pick and choose.
like on a Monday night. Let's say the average person, they work, right?
Sure, the average.
The average person
Bum.
works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
The squares,
Yeah.
as I like to call them.
That's right. Producing their own death.
Okay, so most people work, right? And they work, let's say, 9 to 5.
That
Monday
seems
through
like a
Friday.
reasonable amount of time to work.
Yeah, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So let's just say Monday, they get home from work at 6 o'clock. They eat, blah blah blah. So let's say,
So
the
far,
average
this is
person
a regular sounding day.
probably doesn't go out and rage on a Monday night. They probably wait until the Friday or Saturday.
You can rage, but to rage on a Monday, you really need to look for it, right? It's not Monday specials are not so great, like bars, whatever. You can. I'm sure there's a sex club operating or an underground cockfight you could go to, but it's a Monday.
Mobile Mondays.
Mobile Mondays. I don't know what that means.
That's a party. It's an awesome party.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, you gotta know the guy who
Bowery
knows.
Electric.
That's why
Anyway.
That's why you're not watching TV, because you're at Mobile Mondays.
Well, okay. So the average person, they get home from work, they eat, they talk to their wife, they talk to their kids about school, blah blah blah.
They don't talk to their wife.
Okay. But so then around 8 o'clock on a Monday night, it used to be there'd be one, maybe two options, and it would be whatever's on NBC, like Friends or something.
Must See Monday.
Yeah, so it's Is
Must See Thursday. That was the Seinfeld block. Must See Thursday.
Okay, well, like Seinfeld or Friends or
some sort of a sitcom offering,
exactly,
perhaps a game show.
Game shows those aren't during the day for housewives.
No, well, you have your Jeopardies. You got your Wheel of Fortunes.
That's during the day.
No, it's at 7.
Huh? I thought the game shows are during the day. That's The Price is Right.
The easy game shows are during the day. Price is Right. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which started off in prime time and then we moved to it daily.
How do you know all this?
Because I have a television and I watch it.
But anyway, so around 8 o'clock on a Monday night now, there are it's just how do you? I don't get it. How someone would?
Well, people do time shifted watching now. They record the shows and then they watch them when they have time. When they're done.
When they're watching it, when they have time.
Bye, Lisa. Get some sleep.
There's something else happening. There's some other show. So they're watching Monday at 8 o'clock, the big Netflix, Game of Thrones, whatever, episode is on. By the time, if they tape it and then they want to watch it on Thursday, there's something else happening on Thursday that they're missing, so they have to tape that as they're watching Monday's show, and it's just this never-ending, weird,
It is a never-ending.
Yeah.
There's too much content.
Yeah, way too much.
What was the who sang that song that was 55 channels and nothing on? Maybe was it Bruce Springsteen?
I don't know.
Or MTV Get Off the Air now.
That was Dead Kennedys.
Mojo Nixon. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking
Dead
of
Kennedys.
Right, Dead Kennedys. But who sang? What did Mojo Nixon sing? Oh, Elvis Is Everywhere.
Detachable Penis.
That was
no, that was King Missile.
King Missile, right?
Yeah.
Talk about
classic song.
A classic song, but talk about a weird band that really milked that one weird talking over music concept.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, not to knock them, they did it well.
Yeah.
But they really, that lead singer milked the whole poetry scene.
Yeah.
For quite a while.
Yeah.
But I was somewhere and I heard that song recently. I was just like, oh. It's all coming back.
Penis.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I don't think I could tell you another song that they sang.
Because in the song, his detachable penis gets stolen.
He wakes up and it's gone.
It's gone, and then he sees it, and then he's walking up St. Mark's Place, and someone's selling it on a
blanket.
On a blanket. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember
those days.
The video.
Well, I remember the days when people would sell shit on blankets.
Sure. Well, you need to be able to snatch it up in the blanket and run.
Yeah.
Especially when Giuliani came along. Giuliani, am I right?
Yeah.
Boo. I hear he's getting married. Or no, his daughter's getting married. Some bullshit. I saw that on E! I saw it on E! That his daughter's getting married.
Oh, you did? Okay.
No.
Do you watch Talk Soup?
Well, I used to watch Talk Soup. It's canceled. They finally killed it last year or the year before.
Do you watch?
But when
do you watch the Oxygen Network?
Just when I want tips and tricks. No, but
Labels.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
But I used to watch. I loved Talk Soup when it first came out with Greg Kinnear, like a million years ago. He was the first host of the show, and it was good. That was at peak talk. Back then, there was way too many talk shows with like you got your Gordon Elliott's.
Now there's the TMZ.
Yes,
that's really crazy.
That is really crazy, and
they're always notice that they're it's always a handheld camera, and they always have like some sort of just like a drink, like they're coming back from the water fountain or something, and it's all like people sort of like leaning over other people's cubicles.
Right. Yeah.
And they're just like
So there are two. The main guy, Harvey or whatever his name is.
Steve Harvey?
Nope, not Steve Harvey. That would be Family Feud.
Yeah, didn't Steve Harvey made some huge faux pas with like at Miss Universe or something like that, where he
read the wrong thing.
Yeah.
He's also a ridiculous. He's like a pastor. But he, I forgot what they said. It doesn't matter. Well, anyway, our time here is up.
No, I want to hear the story.
I forget what the story was going to be about.
Well, it's not Steve Harvey. It's.
I was going to say that I have met one of the people who's on TMZ. He's married to a woman that I've worked with, and we hung out at a company. The company that I work for flew us all out to the Dominican Republic. He tagged along.
I did enjoy TMZ when
from here.
The
black guy with dreads who sits next to Harvey the lawyer.
Huh. Well, but didn't TMZ definitely broke the guy that was like who's the dude that was like raising money for like starving African kids, and like he was this like really do-gooder guy, and then then there was like footage of him like naked, like going crazy because he smoked spice or something.
That was the Kobe 2012 or whatever. Like that.
They broke that. That was amazing.
Coney.
Yeah,
Coney 2012.
Yeah.
He basically went crazy on drugs.
Anyway, awesome.
It's time to move the car.
So you just move right over there?
Nope, I gotta wait until 5 o'clock to move it back over there.
I still don't understand this concept.
It's okay. We move it here, and then at 5 o'clock
why were you just sitting in your car?
We have to sit here in case the ticket lady comes by. I have to be here until 7:55. Otherwise, I get a ticket. If she comes by.
You can go back. Now you can go back up to your room. Go back to sleep.
No, I have to go back up there right now. Get in a cab and take my kid to camp.
And then you can go back to sleep. And then at 5 o'clock.
No, I have to go to work then. And then I leave work early.
After work, you come back, and at 5 o'clock, then you can move up to the other side of the street. Or you can leave it here.
Yep.
You can leave it here for 6 days.
No, I have to move it back up. If I leave it here, I'll get a ticket.
At 5 o'clock, you have to move your car.
Yes.
And then so at 5 o'clock, you can technically move from here to right over there, and you can leave it there for 6 days.
Yes. This is city math.
Okay.
It is a bummer.
So we could have been sitting on the hood of your car.
We could have been.
Right.
But then I wouldn't have been able to power the phone.
All right.
But Guy warned me not to try to explain regular life to you. Because anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon. I'll see you next week when I will have to be here in my car again. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.